Over the weekend, something really interesting kind of happened. Aaron Fischer from my review, Aaron Fischer, and I actually sat down and had a private conversation. If you don't know, and maybe you do know, over the past couple weeks I made a few videos in relation to his channel. My first two videos were really about me pointing out how I wanted to have a debate, a conversation with Aaron Fischer about his views on the DCU. And sure, there was very minimal back and forth. I made a video, he made a video, I made another video. Very minimal back and forth. Now, besides those two videos, I really had little intent to making much more anything else in relation to Aaron Fischer. I wanted to have a conversation with him, possibly a debate. He said no, and I kind of moved on and started going down the route of covering more DCU news. However, some of my viewers, some of my followers over on X love to share information with me through messages, through tweets, what have you. And I often get things like, hey, have you seen this from this person? Hey, have you seen this from this person? And they'll show clips, they'll show photos of what other YouTubers or other people are speaking about on their channels, on Twitter, and what have you. And one of my followers over on Twitter decided to show me a picture of Aaron Fischer's video about the Superman suit, and I thought, I got an idea. So I watched the video, and I did the video that I did. It was all in fun, it was all in jest, it was all to get Aaron Fischer's reaction. What happened after that, though, is neither here nor there at this point. The point of this video, though, isn't necessarily to talk about what my intentions were, but more along the lines of what I've learned about Aaron since he and I had a conversation, and how I plan to move forward, and how maybe all of you can move forward as well. Like I said, my intentions were to have a little fun, to jest, to get his attention, to maybe have a conversation, to open up that dialogue. And that's something that I'm always attempting to do. If I feel someone is in bad faith trying to spread misinformation, the only logical step is to open dialogue, to have a conversation about that, to kind of understand where they're coming from, and to try and, see eye to eye, or at least understand and maybe come to an agreement to disagree in a sense. However, Aaron reached out to me late last week, and we decided that maybe it was a good idea to have a private one-on-one conversation about everything. Not so much about what happened between he and I, because even he admits, look, he understands what was going on. I wasn't doing anything malicious. I wasn't trying to do anything to harm him, but really to get a better understanding of where he's coming from and some of the things that may have transpired over the last year that I actually didn't have a full understanding about. Now, honestly, I've seen the conversations on my videos. I saw people talking about things that had happened to Aaron Fischer. I heard the mention of FBI. I heard some little things about his dog. I've heard things and people mention about him being a voice actor. But a lot of those things I stayed away from. I stayed away from those conversations because I didn't know anything about them. I didn't want to get involved with them. I didn't think it was necessary. Again, we're talking about comic book movie stuff here. I don't want to get into somebody's personal life. That's not what this is about. Now, after talking with Aaron the other day and seeing with my own eyes these threats and just ridiculous behaviors that viewers of his channel were doing towards him and his family, I'm telling you this now, I 100% do not stand for any of that sort of behavior. That is absurd. It is ridiculous. Look, you may not like the guy. You may not like his opinions. You may not like that he loves the Snyderverse. That's okay, but no one should ever threaten a person's life, their family, their dog, whatever it is, because of their opinions on comic book stuff, on comic book movies. Along with that, he did show me photos and videos of his beautiful dog who had a stroke. Look, I have a dog myself. He's only 4 years old right now. I'd hate to see him go through anything like that. Animals become part of your family. And when you get called out for things like this, I believe he was being called out for raising money to help with the vet bills and not being used for that. That's absurd. That's absolutely absurd. Again, when you take a look at what his channel is about, it is a pulp culture review channel. He talks about DC stuff. He reviews movies. Why attack his family? To me, that is absurd. That is absurd. And you can go back. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't. My channel is not about that. I will absolutely point out misinformation. I will absolutely want to have conversation with people. But to go after somebody and their family and their animals because you don't disagree, that's crazy. Come on now. Come on. Finally, while we were talking about a lot of stuff. We talked for about an hour, believe it or not. We even got to the topic of him being a voice actor. And believe it or not, yes, he is a voice actor. He has a career in voice acting. So all of this to say, look, I am okay with having differing opinions. We should all have differing opinions. It's okay to have differing opinions, but we should always come back to this idea that we should have conversations about these opinions that are differing. We should have a discussion about them. If there's misinformation being spouted out, if it's lies, if it's whatever you want to call it, mistruths, fallacies, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it, that's a different story. But I want to say this. I personally will not stand for it to get out of hand, for things to get out of hand where anybody could be harassed, them or their family. That's absurd. I will keep saying that because it is absurd. And again, Aaron and I were able to have a conversation the other day. And while we didn't see eye to eye on the DCU, we actually aligned with some views on other things. Maybe that can leave an open door to a larger conversation for the public to see. I still think that would be a great show for everyone to watch. Maybe that does leave a door open for that. But come on, guys. Differing opinions are fine. We shouldn't take these opinions and turn them into hateful and malicious attacks towards anybody ever. It's just wrong. It's not right. Be kind to everyone. Like that's the big thing. We need to be kind to everyone. That's the way I look at it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I had a conversation with Aaron. I see some things that have happened in his life, and I think it's pretty crazy what happened. Like I have to say, it is pretty crazy. I think people need to just sit back and say, you know what? He's got differing opinions. If you like what he does, sure, watch it. And that's the crazy thing about everything. I don't typically watch those I don't agree with. You all have the ability to do that. You all have the ability on YouTube to not get recommended videos. It's pretty simple. Little 3 dots. Just click it. Do not recommend. Done. Over. Simple. That is all you have to do. You can do that with my videos if you want. Not that I would like you to do that. I think you should watch my videos. My videos are cool. But if you don't like certain things, you can go one way. If you like it, you watch it. If you don't like it, you don't watch it. It should never lead to going to this crazy level of attacking somebody. It just should never be. It should never be. It's absurd. And like I said, I don't stand for it, and I don't want to see it in my comment sections. I don't want to see it anywhere. I will not partake in it, so don't try and get me to partake in it. It's all fun, guys. It's all fun. It's all comic book movie stuff. It's all superhero movie stuff. It's good times. I want to have conversations. That's the fun in it. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm done pointing out the misinformation that's out there. I will continue to point out misinformation that's out there, okay? But I will never attack a person and stand for people attacking a person and their family. Unacceptable. You understand that? I hope you do. Hopefully you stuck around to this point. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.